art of allying with allies and meeting same. If still alive and kicking after taking whatever kind of beating one just took, and are persevered enough to have survived and gotten through the boredom and possibly some mayhem during the last lunar bye-week, C316's post, with its winding down from break and recess aspects, replete with licking of wounds to straight-up mischief and our full-blown upheaval, so to mendingly and upendingly speak, then thou hast come and pulled through gloriously, if not spectacularly, whether feeling phased, scathed, or not, for the dues one was paying, or paid for then, whether known, new, or not, were backed, insured, or supported by none other than the appropriately calendarized stave Berkana, which bathed and brought the necessary balm and ointment, yea, lubricant, to heal and soothe and otherwise get you through the downtime and or hard times of most recent experiences in stride. However, the determination and vigor ponied up or put out thus far won't suffice to be enough any longer, which isn't to say one's ways and means have been fruitless or for naught, nor wrong. Rather, one is asked, or better yet, encouraged to keep on keeping on, albeit kicked up a notch to the next level for sure, as in delving and digging and diving even deeper still, wherein there is no need nor reason to reinvent, remodel, or revamp himself. Instead, it just calls for one to be or become that much more refined and finely tuned than thou art already, on every and all levels of every degree of one's mental, physical, and spiritual being no less. Which, as a matter of course, just so happens to be the innate power contained within this very stave of this here lunar bye-week, or half-month period that we're currently in, from 3:30 to 4:14, that being EOHWAS, whose main benefit, forte, and gift is indeed distilled in subtlety. According to the Vikings, this part of the Elder Firthwark year represents Equus Caballus of the Echidae family, aka horses, from corporeal stalls to carrying soul seekers like equestrians into ecstatic trance or clairvoyance, and as such into mystical arena journey, yea, onto the trail of shamanic travail and travels. And for those who already know, knew, or whom hath forayed, and are been on such a tame or wild ride, know, it's not about one's ability to hop on or manner of mounting same. Rather, what's crucial is how one integrates the information gained from such experiences into manifest form and function that makes it so powerful and moving, and so incredibly grounding to boot. When one takes thy sacred self for such a stroll or joyride, whilst firmly holding on to the reins of raw animism in the midst of everyday living. And though one is solely in charge of and responsible for planting, sowing, and reaping thine own seeds, in spite of all the blood, sweat, and tears poured into same, at all levels and degrees of being no less, now is not the time in dearly beloved Mother Nature's curriculum to coax, force, or summon anything into existence, at least not just yet, for tentative lunar time being. For no amount of arduous effort nor cost of labor spent could and or would be enough to change or even affect the course and trajectory of things and events as they are headed currently anyway. But what one can, could, and or should do is call upon the complementary staves of action and embodiment, those respectfully being Fehu and Ur, which simply put, when combined thusly means jump back onto that trusty horse of yours and get right in the fucking saddle again. Then do the work which needs to be done in thought, spoken word, action, and encompassing daydreams, in specific reflection of the desired direction and reality one wants to hear, see, feel, taste, and touch, as if walking the talk is too much to ask of oneself. Thou art the choreographer of thine own life, yea, the very trainer and bedmate of same, in which case behooving you to choose thy narrative backdrop, props, and stage with care most wisely, and the more thorough and concise the better. After all, in the end, thou art the actor, director, and producer of own destiny anyway, so might as well embrace, foster, and invest in it as most wholeheartedly in mind, body, and spirit as one can. For those in the know or who want to know about being the weaver of one's own fate, know this. If it were as easy and straightforward as picking a jackpot winning number or reading the bumps on one's noggin and whatnot, down to tea leaves or tarot cards too, then every fucking buddy would be hot to trot, rich beyond obscene imagination, lounging on yachts with the soulmate or mates of their unbridled dreams. And yet also know, as one actively transcribes and embodies what one wants and needs in life, so too should, nay, so too must thy thoughts and deeds be aligned and or allied, as the heeled shafts and reed of a loom are analogous to weaving one's own tapestry or fate, the cloth of which includes sharing the needles and threads of all other things directly and indirectly caught in the so-called web of life and living. So in terms of what this here Lunar Bye-Week is about right now, one is merely tasked to project the most detailed design, pattern, or vision one wants to see, feel, hear, taste, and touch in as much eye-popping, stereophonic, and graphic intricacy as imaginably possible, including how that vision could and or should and or would be no less a channel of blessings for and unto all other things considered here and therein as well. And though it helps to know that something actually exists and or may be procured or provided, in reality, alas, before one can truly realize, manifest, or materialize that which one really wants, needs, and or desires, one has to simultaneously envision or picture an unfolding world which parallels, builds upon, can and will sustain just that, if one seriously hopes to attract, birth, or bring their dreams to bear and take root in terra firma's sturdy ground. In other layman's words, it's going to require putting one's back into it, where a little extra elbow grease never hurts, working towards conceiving and constructing a world which does indeed provide, support, and realize that which one dreams of. Think about what you already do for a living or as a hobby and why, where whatever is dreamt of for oneself must likewise be given with as much leeway and space as the next person in order to truly manifest our collective dreams into being. See? And or, as the Vikings would remind us, now is the time to set one's intentions in motion, delving, digging, and diving as far and wide as one is willing and able to go, cultivating the very fortitude and life force it'll take to see you through and maintain sane, for nothing of any use or worth can be found merely poking or rummaging around, scratching just under the surface or superficial layers of things. No epiphany, fresh perspective, or vista is ever garnered or gained without having to put in some kind of effort, struggle, or climb. Alas, although one may have already begun the process with an inkling or some semblance of how you want things to pan and or turn out, as well as what and where one needs to go, more often than not, once in the midst and throes of it, folks end up disenchanted or distressed, if not stop halfway, frightened by the irrational fear that one may be in way over their head, treading in such open waters. Then again, that's the crux of precisely what initiations are all about, going deeper than one could possibly fathom or imagine. Besides, what's the danger in that? Because that's where the real magic and power of transformation really resides and happens. With the warning caveat or disclaimer being, one only becomes initiated when given rite of passage is successfully completed, or at least passed. Otherwise, there's sure to be some shape, fashion, or form of stress or post-trauma to deal with if not addressed and overcome. And yet, that's the point of EOHWAS, presenting itself as yet another turning point, or fulcrum, along the calendarized staves of the Elder Firthrark's natural cycle and organic progression matching material expression. Bottom line question is, in less ornery or Coptic words regarding this here lunar bi-week, what you gonna do? Fester and flounder, contently knee-deep in it? Or ride like the wind, soaring gallantly into the sunset, to a higher plane, plateau, and state of being? Woohoo! May today be laid to peaceful rest. Settle in and down for now, so thou can rise and shine anew and begin again tomorrow. EOHWAS.